Alrighty, so we have a few new updates on the iPhone 15 lineup, but I actually want to speak about the September event as a whole, just to talk about what we're going to be expecting in the event. And we really don't have a date yet. Apple really hasn't made it official, but it looks like September 6th is going to be the official date. September 6th being a Tuesday is probably the date that Apple is going to choose according to past trends and past events that we've seen. And it looks like we're still going to have around the same date this time as well. But if Apple actually changes the date a little bit, it can go to September 12th, but I think that's highly unlikely. I have a feeling that September 6th is actually going to be the date that we're going to see the new iPhones and a bunch of other things that we're going to discuss in this video. So the highlight of the event will obviously be the iPhone 15, and we're going to get 4 models. We're going to get 2 standard models for the iPhone 15 and 2 Pro models for the iPhone 15 Pro. So this year, after the iPhone 12, this is the first time that we're going to see a slight redesign on the iPhones, where they're going to be slightly curvier. And we're going to see a little bit of, you can see a refined edge, a bit of a smoother edge, which is going to be more comfortable and also aesthetically pleasing. Starting with the standard iPhone, we're going to see 2 sizes again, a 6.1-inch display and a 6.7-inch display. We're going to have a bigger 48 megapixel camera, the same one that's being used on the iPhone 14 Pro's model. And we're also going to see the dynamic island coming to all models. That means that the standard iPhone 15s are also going to be getting the dynamic island. The new update that we have is that for the first time, the standard iPhone 15s are going to have a frosted back, similar to what we have here on the iPhone 14s and the Pro models. Apart from that, when it comes to the colors, we are going to see you can call it a Barbie edition pink, which is kind of like a neon or a sharp pink. And we're also going to see a bunch of other colors. We're going to have a product red color, we're going to have a green color, a yellow color, a black or midnight color as well. And there's also rumor of a bluish bright blue color, which is still rumored. The iPhone 15 is also gonna get the A16 Bionic chip this time. So the same one that we currently have on the iPhone 14 Pro model is gonna be coming to the iPhone 15. And the biggest change out of all is that for the first time, we're gonna see USB-C on the iPhone. So starting with the iPhone 15 models, this is the first iPhones that are going to be coming with USB-C, which is going to be a huge change. Probably the most exciting feature that everyone is talking about is going to be the USB-C. When it comes to the pricings, these are now rumored to start at around $800. So if we convert that into dirhams, that's going to be around 3,000 dirhams, depending on the specs that you go with, but that's the starting price. iPhone 15 Ultra are also going to be released in the September event. Obviously, this time we are going to get a bigger camera bump. The design as well is the same. We're going to see the same changes. So we're going to see a slightly curvier design, a little bit more refined design, which is going to be aesthetically pleasing, more comfortable to hold in the hands. These are also going to be coming with USB-C. But the biggest update that we have right now, according to Mark Gurman, the iPhone 15 Pro model or the Ultra model, we still don't know what it's going to be called. According to Mark Gurman, we are going to have a titanium model. Yes, for the first time, we are going to see the material, a new material used on the iPhone 15s, which is going to be titanium, the same material that we saw on the Apple Watch Ultra. And when it comes to the colors, you really can't expect to see very vibrant colors. We are expecting to see a kind of like a crimson red color, a burgundy red color. There's also rumored a blue color. I don't know whether that's also going to be in the titanium version. There's a possibility that we see one stainless steel version, which is going to be for the 6.1-inch model, and then we see an Ultra model, which is going to be the titanium model, which is going to be the most expensive one, and it's kind of now going to be a separate lineup. So there's a possibility that the iPhone 15, the bigger size one, the Plus, the Max size one, is gonna not only have a periscope camera, because that's also reserved exclusively for the bigger iPhone 15 Pro, but also a titanium body. So there's a possibility that this may actually be a completely different item this time. Apart from that, we are also going to see the action button instead of the mute button. For the first time, the iPhone 15 Pro is getting a action button similar to what we have on the Apple Watch Ultra, which you can program to set up anything that you want. You can simply just have it as a mute button as well, but you can also do a bunch of things. So you can take screenshots, you can use it to activate your camera. And for the first time, we're also going to see a 3nm process chip, which is going to be coming with the A17 chip on the iPhone 15 Pros. This is a new technology, which is supposed to be a very effective technology, because 3nm is the first time that we're using on the iPhone 15s. That's not only going to be more efficient, but the battery life is also going to be significantly better. And we're hearing that we're seeing the biggest battery upgrade this time, so physically larger batteries, which are going to give us more juice. And we are also hearing rumors that there's a possibility that iPhone may use stackable battery technology, which means that the batteries are packed more densely, which means that you can actually get a little bit more battery out of it. The bezel as well on the iPhone 15 Pro Max is also rumored to actually be the thinnest on any phone out there ever made, at around 1.55 millimeters thin. So that's going to be the thinnest bezels that we're going to see on any phone that's ever been made. We really don't have any phone that has bezels that thin. When we talk about the pricing, then these are going to start, the titanium model at least is going to start at around $1,500. So it's going to be a huge bump in the price. I actually expect it to be a little bit more, because if the Apple Watch Ultra can start at around $800, $900, I expect the iPhone, which already starts at around $1,000, to start at least $1,500, maybe even more depending on the spec you go with. If you convert that into dirhams, then starting price would be around 5,500 dirhams, going up to 6,000 dirhams. Talking about other things that we may see on the September 6th event, there is a rumor that we may see the third generation of the AirPods Pro. And the biggest change that's going to come to them is going to be the USB-C port. Now, that might not seem very exciting. A lot of people will be like, well, you know, that's not really an upgrade. And you're absolutely right. It's not really a big upgrade. But if you think about it, because of the iPhone now this time coming with the USB-C, you're going to have all of your devices now with USB-Cs, which means that you're going to have an AirPods Pro with USB-C, an iPhone with USB-C, an iPad with USB-C, and your MacBook, which already comes with USB-C, which means that there's a possibility that people might just get the AirPods Pro if they're also buying an iPhone 15 because of the USB-C option, just so that you can use one wire to charge all of your devices. Talking about the Apple Watch, we are also hearing rumors that we're going to see a Apple Watch Series 9 this time at the September event. Now, the thing that really upsets me is that we really haven't seen a big redesign apart from a slightly bigger display on the Apple Watch Series. We really expected a big redesign on the Apple Watch Series 8 last year, and we didn't see it. But that redesign then came in the form of a completely new product, which was the Apple Watch Ultra. And I can kind of understand why they didn't change the design, because obviously they wanted to distinguish. This time as well, we may not see a big difference when it comes to the design of the Apple Watch. But the biggest upgrade for the first time in an Apple Watch will be an A series Bionic chipset on an Apple Watch, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because we really don't need such a powerful chip. The Series 8 watch is already pretty fast, and there's really nothing wrong with it. But what Apple is kind of doing is kind of future-proofing itself, because we see now software like watchOS 10, which is over time going to slow down your devices. So I kind of understand where that is coming from. It's still rumored. We don't know if that's actually going to be true. One other thing that we may see in this event, which there's a possibility that if we don't see it in the September event, we may see it in the fall event coming after October, November. That is going to be the Apple Watch Ultra, the version 2, which now is rumored to have satellite connectivity. And that may not be a big deal for a lot of people, but we saw the iPhone 14 now coming with satellite connectivity, so it kind of makes sense to also bring it up to the Apple Watch Ultra. And we also may see new color options. Apart from that, we're not going to see a lot of changes. But one rumor also suggests that the Apple Watch Ultra may kind of use different material. The Apple Watch Ultra currently uses 3D printed technology, which means a lot of the components are 3D printed, which kind of make the Apple Watch heavy at around 600 grams. It's a pretty hefty watch, even though it's made of titanium, which is usually lightweight. But there's a possibility that Apple may use other material this time, or other technologies, to build the Apple Watch Ultra Series 2, which may bring down the weight. And the next thing that we have as a one more thing option will also be the iPad Mini 7, which has been rumored for a while now, but we haven't seen in any of the events this year or last year. So there's a possibility that we may be seeing the iPad Mini 7 either this time, if not at the October event. And we may also see a different chipset. Obviously, that's already kind of expected. But rumors are, now I don't know how true this is, but there's a possibility that we may see the M1 chip on an iPad mini 7. So that's gonna be pretty huge. If Apple does take that move, that's gonna be a little bit crazy for an iPad mini. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Everything that we can expect on the Apple September 6th event. I'm already naming it the September 6th event, even though I really don't know the dates. But I really don't see any other dates for the Apple event. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and let me know what you guys would like to see at the Apple September event. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.